A few weeks ago, I did a review of the Dream Air headset with inside-out tracking. This is the slam version of the headset. I told you the Dream Air was excellent with a few flaws, keeping it from reaching its full potential. Ever since, I've spent time turning this thing into the best headset I've ever put on my face. Today I'm going to show you 3 mods that did it, 2 that impacted the performance, and 1 that is just amazingly cool looking. I'm going to provide you with the actual measurements and how I calculated this because these mods bought me an extra 13 degrees of horizontal field of view and 21% more total visual area without any additional strain on my GPU. It's like a generational headset leap and it cost me less than 50 bucks. Pimax is sponsoring this video, which means they provided the headset only. All of the mods I'm going to show you I either bought or made myself, and I've already given my feedback on the product to help improve it as well. Let's start with the problem that I had with the Dream Air Slam. I had major light bleed, and once you notice light bleed, you can't stop noticing it. Light was creeping in at the edge of my vision, and it just brings me out of immersion every time. I have a wide face, and the stock interface doesn't seal well on wide faces. My brother-in-law has a very narrow face, and he has the same problem, only his was on the side and mine was on the top and the bottom. Given that, my first instinct was to just call it a Pimax problem, case closed, right? Except the more that I thought about it, the less fair that was. There's really no such thing as a one-size-fits-all facial interface. Faces are just way too different. There's an entire industry in VR that exists for this exact reason. Aftermarket fit and comfort mods for every headset that's ever been made. I had to mod the hell out of my Quest 3 just to make it comfortable, and I had to mod my PSVR 2 just to make it usable at all, so I probably really should have expected this. And for anyone in the comments who thinks spending more on a headset means it should fit perfectly out of the box, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Big Screen learned this the hard way. The original Big Screen Beyond made you scan your face so they could build a custom foam interface. It was even required to order one initially. That sounds amazing until you try to do it at scale, and they stop because that's a major bottleneck on production. Now the Beyond 2, a custom fit is an extra $120. Pimax's own answer to improve the fit is a V2 facial interface that's coming at the end of July, and that's a real option if you want to wait for it. But I didn't want to wait because we live in a world with cheap, easy 3D printing, and making this headset fit your face specifically is now pretty trivial. Here's what I did, and I'll keep it high level because the full step-by-step is its own video coming soon. I made 3 mods to the headset. The first is this new custom 3D printed facial interface from Printables. It's a free model, link below. I printed it myself, tested it against my face, and that was perfection for me. If you don't have a 3D printer, I'll make them available through my company Intrepid Dawn Studios. Link in the description, just email me on there, and I'll see if I can get you one for cost plus postage. And if there's enough interest, I'll make a product page on my website. The printed interface fits just like somebody scanned my skull and built it for me, except nobody did. I just printed one in about 5 hours. I'm super pleased with it, and I can even reuse the Pimax metal gasket to make it magnetically attach inside the headset and transfer over the cover for the nose. Since it uses screws to attach it, you can go back and forth to the standard one as well if you choose it. It retains all the functionality. Add to that the USB port on top is uncovered now too, allowing you to power any accessories from the headset. That's just a huge improvement overall. The second thing we need is the foam to match the interface. I got it from Studioform Creative's DIY modder kit for the Dream Air. After some trial and error, I went with the 0.08mm fabric cushion. But I bought the entire kit to show you all of the options available. It comes in both fabric and PU leather. I got both for the video. I've always preferred the fabric options given the choice, but both mods fix my issue with the Dream Air in a big way. Just want to give you a note, Studioform Creative is getting absolutely crushed on the orders for these, so if you want one of these kits, do it as soon as possible. There may be a little bit of time there for the restocking. The third one does nothing to improve performance or comfort, so I just want to say that. You don't need to buy this mod. It's an Apple Vision Pro dual knit headset band. It's a $100 strap essentially on a Pimax that I bought purely because it looks cool. It really doesn't add any comfort since the original was already fine, and it doesn't touch performance either. It's vanity. I regret nothing, but when I saw it, it just screams 1970s sci-fi aesthetic from Star Wars. I couldn't say no to that. It reminds me of the Rebel pilot's outfit. And the result of all of this is that light bleed is gone, completely gone. And the fit is something I didn't know a headset could even be. I don't feel it on my face anymore. I'm not saying that for YouTube hype because, well, you're already watching this. It's so light and so well balanced with the strap on my head, it's like there's no pressure points at all. I don't even crank it down very hard because I just don't have to. But light bleed was only half the reason I did this. The other half is the part with the numbers, because I didn't want to just tell you it feels wider, I wanted to actually measure the difference that this made. The Dream Air's one real spec compromise is field of view. It's narrower than the Crystal Super Micro OLED, and I said so in my first review. But field of view isn't a fixed number, it's a function of how close your eyes sit to the lens. And a custom interface that's smaller than the stock one pulls your eyes even closer. So I ran a tool called What's My Field of View? Before and after, same headset, same settings, my same IPD down to the 100th of a millimeter. And the only thing that changed was the facial interface. These are my actual charts on screen right now. This is the technical part of this, and if you don't care, I added a point to skip ahead so you can get a 2-sentence long, too long didn't watch. But at this price point, maybe you should watch, you know? Let me explain how this works. The inner numbers are how far your vision reaches from dead center in each direction, and the outer numbers are your total field of view along each line. Stock interface, my horizontal came in at 96 degrees. With the printed interface, I'm now rocking 109 degrees. I added 13 degrees edge to edge from a piece of plastic I printed for pocket change. So much win. And it gets even better in the corners. The diagonals jumped 16 to 19 degrees. That's where pulling your eyes closer pays off the most. The whole edge of the view opens up radially. Add it all together, and the software's total coverage number tells the real story. I gained about 21% more total field of view area. 1/5 more visible world on the same screens with the same lenses and no performance hit to my frames. That image is already being rendered, I just couldn't see it before. The hardware had this in it the whole time. The stock was just leaving it on the table. Even Pimax was impressed by those numbers. There's a few notes here for those of you that really know your stuff. Since the Dream Air is pretty new, the software still labeled it as the Crystal Super, and you can ignore that. Vertical didn't move, 89 degrees before and after, so that one's baked into the panel and the lens geometry. No interface is going to change it. And if you're the kind of person who reads these charts, you'll notice the stereo overlap percentage dropped a few points. But it's not my vision in the headset that's getting worse, it's the overall pie getting bigger. Run the actual numbers, and my binocular width went up about 8 degrees. The percentage only fell because the new area at the edges is single eye, same as every other wide field of view headset ever made. So then you end up with a wider total view, a wider 3D view, but there's no trade-offs. It's a generational leap. Adding 13 degrees field of view and a 5th more visual area is the kind of jump that you'd normally pay $1,000 for, and you'd need a bigger GPU. I got it from a mod that cost me an afternoon with no GPU performance hit at all. And it means the Dream Air's biggest weakness has been solved in my opinion. If watching me gush about this thing has you looking at one, you're in luck. If you're switching from another company, there's up to $80 off, and that stacks with my discount from my code. The code's Katarn, linked to every headset or below. Additionally, if you use my code and have any issues with your headset, just join my Discord and send me your order number. I'll make sure you get escalated support. I've got your back. So let's talk price, because that's a real obstacle for a lot of people. The Dream Air is expensive. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. But for less than $50 in mods, I fixed every issue I had with it. Light bleed, fit, field of view, all of it, gone in an afternoon, and some pocket change. Customized like this, fit to my face with the field of view unlocked and no hit to my frames. I don't think anything on the market's competing with this headset right now. And as GPUs get stronger in the future, the Dream Air still has a lot of room to grow. There's not a graphics card on the planet that can unlock its full potential. Yet. Anyway. I struggle to see what's going to beat this. I don't think that headset exists for several years at least. There's more coming for it too. Hand tracking, the kind you only get from the biggest players in VR. It's a surprise to be sure, but a welcomed one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the verse.